Welcome to Coffee with Viking. I am Mike. Cheers. First Corinthians, for Christians behaving badly. Paul is long gone from the church he started in the busy port city of Corinth. He left them a couple of years earlier. During his second missionary trip, he needed to move on because he had work to do elsewhere, and he had already spent a year and a half getting to Corinth, getting the Corinthian church up and running. Far more time than the few days or weeks he spent in most other towns. Well into his third missionary trip, Paul gets a letter from the church. They have questions about serious problems they're facing, including some that they're apparently afraid to put in writing, so the messengers tell Paul about them. They have a potential church split in the works because they can't agree on who their leader is. They have a church member sleeping with his stepmother, appalling even by secular Roman standards. And they're suing the sandals off each other. Paul on the defense, founding pastor of the church at Corinth. Paul is an ocean away when he gets the bad news. The Corinthian church is on the verge of a split, and some members question his authority to do anything about it. And this is just the tip of the iceberg that the messengers tow over to the church's founding minister. Paul is about 250 nautical miles away across the Aegean Sea. He's starting another church there in the mega city of Ephesus. He can't drop everything he's doing, but he recognizes that the Corinthians need his help. So he writes a letter, the first of several addressing every one of the church's concerns. And the main point, live in harmony with each other, which was 1 Corinthians 1:10. The writer, this letter is from Paul and from our brother Sosthenes, but it's mainly from Paul, possibly dictated to some extent to Sosthenes, just as Paul later dictated Romans to Tertius. Throughout the letter, Paul writes from his own perspective, I appeal to you. And at the beginning, he adds a personal note that begins, here is my greeting in my own handwriting. The date, about AD 55, during Paul's third missionary trip. Location, Paul is writing from Ephesus, a huge city on what is now Turkey's west coast. He's writing to Christians in Corinth, a busy trade center with ports in two oceans. I love you all. Stay blessed. Stay caffeinated. And may you all have a wonderful and a blessed day. Much love.